We all know what AI is, right? AI can do your homework for you if you really wanted to do that. AI can also give you some new ideas on what to do. But can AI make an entire app for you? Let's try it today. Alright, so I have a new ChatGPT window open. I'm going to say, make a new idea for a unique app. Let's see what it says. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit difficult, but let's see if ChatGPT can do it. So this app is designed for food enthusiasts who love experimenting with new flavors and ingredients in the kitchen. And yeah, it is a pretty interesting app. And don't mind this video tags thing. I use ChatGPT to get video tags sometimes. And I had custom instructions, so don't mind this right here. What should I do first to make it an iOS app? Alright, so first thing, we need to follow these steps. Okay, it's not telling me to go, it's telling me to go into here first, but let's do, I created a new, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up Xcode, we're gonna click on create new project, and then we're gonna see what it wants us to do. How do I make a new Xcode project for this app? Okay, we have Xcode, we open Xcode, and then we're in this menu. Okay, product name, okay, team, organization, interface. Okay, we're gonna let ChatGPT do everything. Actually, I think it told us what the app is called. What should the app be called? Okay, so we're gonna go with Fusion palette. So we're gonna go into iOS right here. We're gonna do this. And then next thing it wants us is team, an organization identifier. Next thing, we're gonna see if it wants us to do SwiftUI or UIKit. I hope it does SwiftUI. You will be making this app. Choose either SwiftUI or Storyboard as interface. Okay, it's not telling us, but it's telling us the benefits of both. I'm gonna ask you to do everything in this app. What will be easier for you? Alright, we're text-based AI. Alright, so is SwiftUI or Storyboard better for you? Oh my gosh, it's telling me to do the choice. You choose one for me. Okay, let's see. No, stop that. Okay, it finally gave us SwiftUI. That is what we wanted. That is what I would want to use, to be honest. And now language, I don't see Objective-C in here anymore for some reason. I guess it's because if we do that, there it is. Alright, so what storage method should I choose? None, core data, or Swift data for this app? Alright, so now it's showing us all of these. So it's recognizing Swift data as a not widely recognized framework, and because it thinks it's a third-party library. That is because ChatGPT is based in 2021, and Swift data is a new framework that Apple has made in 2023, so ChatGPT does not know this. So, which one should I choose? You choose. Okay, it says core data, because of course it would choose core data. Alright, so we're gonna choose core data. Now, I'm just gonna click on next, and then we're just going to go into here, click on create. Okay, our Fusion palette app has been created, so our Git repository creation, whatever. Okay, so cannot find type of items in scope. Let me fix these errors real fast. Okay, it should be good. Alright, so I'm gonna make this app. So I'm going to let this app go all the way to iOS 15, because the reason is because ChatGPT is based in 2021. So I want to make sure that nothing is deprecated or anything. I don't get any annoying error messages for ChatGPT. Alright, so now let's go into the content view and let's see what it wants us to do first. Alright, it gave me this template. What should I do first to make the app you suggested earlier? Alright, so now when I do this, it should give us this. I'm gonna place the add item and delete items. Okay, so can you code everything for me? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, ChatGPT is going to be the developer I'm hiring, because yeah, I definitely know what it's about. Now, I definitely know how to make apps. I have 2 apps down in my dock right here, but it's telling me to hire a developer. But I'm just gonna change this response right here to be, can you start off making everything? And let's see what it does. Okay, so first thing it's doing is it's starting off with the core data stuff. So, okay. I'm guessing this is exactly what it's gonna say in the persistence right here. Yeah, I don't know core data that well, so this is gonna be a little bit difficult. But, okay, it gave us a public class. Oh, I see what it's doing. So it gave us a public class recipe and public class ingredient. So it wants us to go into here, and then it wants us to create new entities right here. So let me do that real fast. Alright, so now I have the core data stack all created right here. So we have our name and quantity right here. And then we have our attributes, and I made this as a relationship. Alright, so next thing it wants us to do is it wants us to copy all this code and then put it in the Swift UI view. So let's do that real fast. And then I'm just going to make sure it's all good here. Alright, so now when I click on refresh, we should see something. Ooh, cannot infer, okay. Cannot find type recipe. So what it's trying to do here. Alright, so we're getting some errors and it's related to the core data stack. As I said, I'm pretty bad with core data. I use Swift data instead, which is probably not a good idea, but in the future it will be a good idea. So cannot find the type recipe. So, okay, found it. Okay. It's just erroring all over the place. We might need to give it a minute. Let's see what it does. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I got ChatGPT to make a new persistence controller for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on copy code here, and I'm just going to paste all the code in, and let's see if ChatGPT works. So we got our sample recipe. It still cannot find recipe in the scope. I probably did something wrong in the core data stack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into relationships here and go back into here and then, okay, and then we're going to go into recipe and then I'm going to, okay, I don't know how to do inversing here. Okay, looks like we got it here. I don't know why the recipe is doing that. I might just need to close and reopen it, and that is super weird. So yeah, we got 4 errors right here and we cannot run our app with all of them. Maybe I spelt it wrong. Let's see if that is what it is. Alright, I'm just gonna tell ChatGPT I'm having issues with the recipe. So I am getting the okay. Alright, I figured out the issue and now it's giving us an optional type string. So this is pretty bad practice and we just do abort. So we're going to go over up here and then we're going to copy the code and then we're going to tell ChatGPT I fixed this issue. Now I am getting these errors. And then we're just going to paste the code in right here and then I'm just going to copy this and then let's just do that and let's see what ChatGPT gives us. So it wants us to do that. So no instructions available, recipe name missing. So this is what a ChatGPT should do right here. So it wants us to recipe name, right? No recipe available. So I spelled recipe wrong. Let me fix that real fast. And then we have another one up here, recipe detail view. This is what it gave us. So I'm just gonna copy this right here. And then last one it gave us right here, add recipe view. And then, okay, we did not need to do that one, it looks like. So now let's see what ChatGPT gives us. So I'm going to load in a new simulator, an iPhone 13. Okay, it gave us something else. Cannot find type recipe anymore. Oh, okay, never mind. It went away. Okay, so now that we have our app built, let's see what it looks like. Alright, let's see what ChatGPT gave us. So now we just need to wait for the app to load. Simulators are pretty bad nowadays. Hope Apple can fix this pretty soon. So yeah, let's just wait. Alright, so we have our recipe fusion app. So if I click on add recipe, it gives us this. Looks pretty nice. Recipe details. Except, okay. Alright, recipe name. Let's just call this pasta. Okay, so we don't have anything down here. I'm just gonna put I don't know, and I'm gonna click on save. So it doesn't look like it does anything. So yeah, it does not do anything. So I'm just gonna tell ChatGPT that when I click on save, let me look right here real fast. Okay, so action save recipe. All right, so now I'm gonna tell ChatGPT nothing happens when I click on save recipe. I know exactly why. It gave us this to do. So it's probably gonna do that if I had to guess. When I click save, nothing happens. Alright, so it gave us the add recipe view as expected, and then it just gave us the save recipe function that we want. So when I go up into here and I copy it, and then let it build again. Alright, so cannot find view context and scope. Yeah, of course it did. ChatGPT is not that dumb. Well, I had some bad encounters with it before, but it wanted us to do that. So I did not follow all its instructions clearly, but now when we load up the app, it should now do something. So I'm going to click on add recipe. I'm just going to call this pasta again, boil water, because why not? And then when I click on save, it does that, and then nothing happens. But now we have our recipe here. And then pasta, boil water, that's all that we want. And then I'm going to see what happens when I close the app and then reopen it. We should see our pasta in here, right here. There it is right there. We have our core data all working. So now I'm going to say it works. Now, but it doesn't look like... Okay, so now it works when we add a list of ingredients for the add recipe view. So we're going to add some ingredients right here, and it gave us this code. So ingredients list view gave us an entire new Swift UI view right here. So we're just gonna go down here, and then we're gonna paste this in here. I'm just copying and pasting word for word, and then we'll handle that error later. We'll go into here, paste it in here, and so cannot assign type NS order set to type ingredient. So let's see right here. Alright, so we're gonna send ChatGPT all these errors. Got this error. Alright, so gave us back our ingredients list view, and then we're gonna copy the code, and we're gonna see if the error has been fixed. By the way, you should not make apps with ChatGPT as seen right here. And yeah, okay, so the app now runs again. So which is a pretty good sign, except we still have errors. It's a little bit interesting right here. So if I go into here, it just says boil water. If I go into here, nothing is showing. So that's a little bit interesting. So I'm just gonna try cleaning the build folder real fast. And then I'm gonna try clearing all issues and then building, and then let's see if that does anything. All right, so it did fail again. So cannot assign that to ingredients. Another error. So we're back into here. It's giving us our add recipe view, and okay, as expected, I just need to copy and paste now. All right, new error. So I'm not sure what it's trying to do here. So okay, core data model does not have a generated method called add to ingredient. All right, we need to find a to relationship from recipe to ingredient. Okay, I did not know that. So it wants us to check our core data model now. So let's go into here between recipe and ingredients. Okay. The recipe entity should have a relationship to ingredients, and the inverse relationship to the ingredient entity, and it should be connected to recipe. Okay, I'm not sure what it's trying to do with add to ingredients right here. So I'm just gonna say I did everything and still have the error. And let's see what ChatGPT says now. Alright, so it's telling us to do this same exact thing, recreate relationship. No, and I even know what exactly we gotta do. I'm just gonna say add to ingredients is not real. Alright, so hopefully it wants us to do a dot operator now. So I'm going to save recipe. Alright, so let's copy this code. Okay, yeah, I thought it did not have our do cap. So let's go into here, and it is still giving us our add to ingredients. And as I said before, add to ingredients is not real. So alright, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of cheating. I'm just gonna do this myself. So ingredients equals, and then I'm just gonna remove add to ingredients since that is not a real thing, and there we go. So now it should type ingredient. Alright, I'm just gonna give ChatGPT, I think you are supposed to do something like this. You're correct. Yes. Except it wants an ingredients thing. I'm guessing, I've not looked at the code pretty thoroughly, so this ingredients thing is, I can't find it. Okay, I'm just gonna give ChatGPT the code again, Let's see. Alright, so I'm just gonna be a little bit lazy and ask ChatGPT to give us the full code. So our content view here, recipe details, add recipe view. So this is exactly what we wanted, and ingredients list view, and it even gave us our preview. Okay, so I don't know why ChatGPT knows about the preview. I guess it knows. So when I do that, it errors again. Because it thinks add to ingredients is still a thing. So I'm just gonna copy and paste the error, and we're back to square number one. Alright, so let's see if this works. So I'm not sure if this will work, to be honest, and I think it won't. Let's see, and yep, just as expected. Alright, so I finally fixed that error, and now we have a different error. So it looks like I was being a little bit dumb, and I found out that I was setting this as a many, but this one as a single. But I had to do the opposite way around, so many or one. So that's what we have to do. So now I'm gonna fix this error now. Let's see if ChatGPT fixed it, and I'm just gonna do that just so it will give us the ingredients list view like we want. Alright, so it's giving us this. So now if I were to do that, okay, it's giving us rest of code. So I'm just going to copy this. It's giving us an init now. So now we're missing this. All we gotta do is do that. And then now we have 0 errors. If we build the app, it finally builds. And then we should now have a ingredients list that we can add. So now let's just go into pasta. We can't do that. Let's add a recipe. And I'm just gonna call this mac and cheese boil pasta boil water. Okay, then add ingredients. Ingredient name cheese 1. Okay, we have a little bug there, but when we click on save, it saves it. So now we have our mac and cheese thing. So now we want to display ingredients. I don't see the ingredient. Okay, so it's giving us our ingredients list view, but that is completely fine. So I'm just gonna edit this, not that one. I'm gonna edit this one and say I don't see the ingredients after I click save. Alright, okay, recipe details view. That is exactly what we wanted. So now when I go up into here and then click run it, it gave us an error. So generic parameter C cannot be identified. Okay, I'm just gonna give ChatGPT both the errors, and it gave us this code. And now if we paste it, there we go. Alright, so now let's run the code, and let's see what it does now. We should now be able to see the ingredients. So mac and cheese and pasta. Let's get our mac and cheese, and okay, boil water, then strain, then add ingredients. So yeah, that's looking good so far, and then boil water. Alright, so next thing that we want is the ability to delete. I'm just going to tell ChatGPT about this bug where if we click on add ingredients, nothing happens. When I click on add ingredients, it does not, when it is blank, it adds a colon as the ingredient. Please fix. And I'm not going to give it any code. It should be smart enough to know what's happening. So if we do that, it gave us a guard statement up here. So if I were to go down to the add ingredients section, and paste it in here, and if it's empty, I replace it, it should no longer do that. So now when I do that, it's going to launch the app, and then if we go into mac and cheese here, actually we need to go into add recipe, and if I click on add ingredient, nothing happens. That is exactly what we want. So now I'm going to do, how can I edit recipes now? Alright, so edit recipe view. So it's giving us a separate view, which is not what I expected, to be honest. So add a recipe view, and I'm just going to put it down here. I know this isn't what you're supposed to do, but whatever. And for some reason, it's trying to do it as a binding string. Alright, so now it wants us to, in our recipe detail view, if we were to go into here, and then do that, and then click on replace. Okay, so we don't have an is editing in our scope, and cannot find is editing in scope. So, okay, so forgot to give us a boolean. So I'm just going to So that is exactly what happened. So I'm just going to tell ChatGPT, just so it's in our database, in our ChatGPT, and ChatGPT knows to refer to it, just in case, even though it probably does not need to. And I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it into here. And now, if I were to do that, okay, so now let's do that. Convert type. Okay. I should specify the code. So, let me delete this breakpoint and let me go up into here, copy it, and then I'm just gonna specify the code, which is something which I'm surprised ChatGPT did not identify that. So it's gonna give us a text editor and text field. It's gonna give us these to just copy and paste into here, and let's just do that. Alright, so now we got an unidentified error right here. So basically, I'm just going to click on regenerate to see what it gives us next. Alright, so it gave us the entire thing, and I don't think that's gonna work because we need to set these as a binding. So we're gonna get the same exact errors once again. I'm just gonna say still the same error, and then just give it the error. Alright, so it gave us this. We're gonna click on copy code, and then I'm just going to go over here, paste it, and I'm not sure what it's doing right here, but it gave us a couple of state bars, which I'm just gonna say unknown error, because why not? Because it's basically an unknown error. Seen this before, it does not. My guess is that it does this. I'm just gonna tell it the answer. I think you need to use binding for the text field and editor. And there we go. This is exactly what we wanted. So if I were to copy this right here and then paste it into here, I mean, it might give us errors. No, it doesn't. So now it gave us some pretty unnecessary code. But now if we go into here, go into mac and cheese and then edit recipe, it now lets us change it. Except it's a little bit laggy right now. Alright, so now we can save it. It doesn't close. I'm just gonna do that, save it, and then do that. And then it does work, but it's missing our ingredients. So what we're gonna do now is the edit view is missing ingredients. Alright, so now I apologize for the oversight, and then now let's see if it works now. And okay. So it gave us this, and yep, it gave us our ingredients view. So hopefully with a miracle, we do that, and it's giving us errors now. Great. So I'm just gonna give it every single error real fast. I'm just not gonna click on fix. I'm just gonna let ChatGPT fix the issue. Because, yeah, I'm relying fully on ChatGPT to make an entire app for me. Alright, so now if I were to click on copy code, and then if I do this, in theory, it should remove all the errors, or at least some of them. Nope, it gave us the same amount of errors. So, alright. So that's all our errors, I think. Alright, so I don't know what it's trying to do right here. So this is a little bit weird of what it's trying to do right here, but whatever. So let's just copy code, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do it myself. And yep, it did not work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do that. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna give us a couple of errors. It even removed the bindings. What? Okay, ChatGPT is a little bit weird, and you should not solely rely on it because it does not remember stuff. So I'm just gonna copy all this right here and do that, and recipe.recipe name, and do it how I would do it. Alright. So now it cannot find recipe in scope because I spelt it wrong. That is why. Alright, so cannot find ingredients in scope. So what we want to do is we're gonna copy the binding statement right here, and we're gonna do ingredients, and yeah, it gave us an NS set, and then on up here, ingredients. Okay, we could just remove this line of code, and 1 second, it's still erroring here. Alright, so I'm gonna do as. Alright, so hopefully if I do this, it should. I have never used as before because you really should not use it. There it is. Alright, so I messed up the app a little bit. That's alright. I'm just gonna give ChatGPT the code and be like, it fixed a few errors, and then. But now I got these. So I'm gonna give ChatGPT the good code, and then I'm just gonna see if it knows what to do with these. Bro, it re-added our recipe stuff. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll just deal with it. So if I copy the code and then I do this, let's see. Alright, so did not fix that, but alright, so hopefully it should go back to the thing and it should see our ingredients list view. Alright, I'm just going to do this. It probably doesn't know where to look, so let's just do that. And it should identify that we need exactly what we need. Alright, so let's just copy this and then paste that, and yeah, that should fix that. Okay, I'm just gonna do that, and now new error. Alright, so now if I were to do this, and then I'm just gonna give it every single one of these errors here, it should figure out what to do with it. So it's rewriting all our code. And now if I were to, oh, it's going in the wrong view. So okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into here, and then I'm going to click here, and then full code. And it should hopefully know what to do with it. Alright, so fix all our errors except for one. So it should know what to do now, and it's giving us the, and in theory, now if I were to do Command R and then replace, it should now work. We should now be able to edit everything, including all the ingredients. Alright, so if I go into here and click on edit recipe, we should now be able to do milk and then 5 gallons, even though that I know for sure that is not like that. And then click on save, and it should now work. Okay, next, how do I delete recipes, ingredients? How do I delete recipes and ingredients? So I'm just gonna give it all of the code once again, just in case it does not remember. And okay, so it's giving us this, and then it's giving us an ignored list. That's kind of weird. Okay, so inside our recipe detail view, let's go up here, and then let's select all this. I'm just gonna do that, and okay, no errors come up. So ingredients list view. Alright, so that is fine. So it's giving us a right-click thing. So I'm just gonna go into this list right here. And it just, okay, it's a little bit weird. I guess I did not copy it. Now if I do that, it should now work. Alright, so now we also need to add a delete ingredient function into this. And let's just put that right there. And now if I do Command R, it should now work. Let's see. Alright, so now if I think I might need to go into the edit screen. Okay. That did not work. Let's see. I'm not sure how to delete it. I think I need to do that. Okay, that is a little bit weird on what it's doing. So I think, alright, but it works. That is what we want for now. We'll work on design at the very end of the app. We just want to work on functionality first. And then, yeah, we're going to be able to delete the recipe in these 3 dots, it looks like. Alright, so let's see, what else do we need? So now it looks like all we really need is design. So now can you design it to look better? I'm just going to give it that. And then I'm just going to give it everything, and then let's see what it does with the design. So it improved the design, and okay, so we're going to need to wait for it to do everything, and alright, so it gave us a brand new design here. Alright, so let's paste this into here, and yeah, okay, recipe view, a row view gave us a separate Swift UI view. That is fine, and looks like it's making it from scratch. Okay, recipe detail view, made sure. Okay, we're good. Just copy and paste it into here. So if I do this, it all works well. Okay, next one, edit recipe view remains the same. And recipe app view. So, not sure what this is. I guess we'll just ignore it. And, okay, I guess it just wants us to go into here and do exactly what we're doing here. So, I guess that's fine. And let's just replace it and see what it does now. Let's see what it looks like since I turned off the Swift UI previews. So, yeah. Ooh, okay. So the first thing I don't like is that we have an extra arrow right here. But it looks pretty nice. So if I were to go into here, so I want the edit recipe view specifically to look better, but that's alright. But so far this is looking pretty nice. So make the edit, okay, I want to make sure, and add look better. Alright, so now it should give us a new edit and add view, and yep, it gave us everything. So let me just go up into here, copy all this code, and I just not want to copy the bottom. Alright, so add ingredients, okay, edit recipe view. Alright, so here's our edit recipe view, let's just delete that. And now, this is our entire contents of our app. Let's see what it looks like now, since I do not know what it looks like. Alright, so now if I click on this plus button, It looks a lot like the same. So let's see if edit looks any different. It looks the same basically. So I'm just gonna say, I don't know, 1. And yeah, it just looks exactly the same. So yeah, I'm just gonna conclude this video right here. Can ChatGPT make an app for you? Somewhat it can. It can definitely help you make your own app. But I still would try to get Swift UI knowledge and all that. But yeah, our Fusion palette app is now done. It looks pretty nice. But yeah, it looks pretty nice, but at least it can make an app for you. But yeah, thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!